I started YouTube around a year ago. At that time, I was about a year into streaming, more or less full time. I have enjoyed streaming a lot, but the numbers were just not there. I didn't gain viewers at the pace that I hoped I would and that I thought I would. I jumped around between games. I started with World of Warcraft, one of my all-time favorites, by the way. Otherwise, I have a problem. What? No! You're kidding! And a little bit of League of Legends, then Diablo 4 released, and I played a little bit of that. Still some League of Legends, and then Age of Empires 4. I've always enjoyed RTS games. It hooked me in. I played some multiplayer. It was really fun for a time. I streamed that a little bit, played it with a friend off stream as well. And of course, still some League of Legends, and eventually just played League of Legends and also streamed it. It became my main game again. I've played it since the beta back in the day, 2010 or 11. Don't fully remember, but it's a long time ago. The thing is though, I quickly realized that the Twitch discoverability function is just not there. It was severely lacking. It still is to this day. I somehow needed to find a way to gain more viewership, to gain attention, to make myself known and put myself out there. Twitch was just not enough. Without, of course, doing anything illegal, scammy, or, you know, doing it in a way that I was still proud of it, of course. So I started posting on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. It was mainly shorts, very short form content, memes, clips of my gameplay, stuff like that. Sadly, by the way, my TikTok account got banned. I'm still trying to fight my way through it and, you know, get it back because it was unjustly banned. There was a mistake. Apparently, I impersonated myself. That's a story for another time, though, and who knows, maybe I'll get it back at some point. Now, I know I'm not the funniest or the most entertaining person on the planet, and I had absolutely zero skills or experience with creating long-form content. The short videos all didn't really require any knowledge or skills when it comes to editing, so I was fine doing that. But long-form is a different story. Since I was bouncing around genres and games, I wasn't entirely sure what to post. A recurring theme was clearly League of Legends, but that niche was already heavily covered by huge creators, streamers, and players in the scene. So what could I have to offer? Since I wasn't really sure what to create, I figured I'll just start with some IRL, you know, in real life videos. One where I talked about who I am a little bit and what I want to do, what I want to achieve. But I learned quickly with a new channel, there's a huge problem. No one knows who I am, and no one will care. And the other couple of videos I posted and uploaded were about my fantastic decision to wager my hair in an ill-placed League of Legends bet, which I lost. Both the bet and my hair. Those videos were fun to make, like the filming and the actual like in real life stuff, but it wasn't really replicable. There's only so much hair I can shave on YouTube. So yeah, those videos pretty much flopped hard despite me badgering my few viewers from my stream to watch it under threat of punishment in my Twitch chat if they didn't. I quickly realized I needed to focus on League now, as that was the main game, and at that time I pretty much devoted 90% or more of my stream to it. It just made sense. Those early uploads also almost got no engagement. The good thing was, having an idea and a goal to upload regularly gave me consistency, structure, and more motivation. I got more comfortable and experienced around the editing. Some videos started to gain traction, but it was still negligible. Nothing too crazy and most certainly nothing to brag about. Fast forward, I switched my game again. I started with CS because League sucked. Like, intolerable. It was so hard to enjoy playing League, let alone streaming it with a smile on your face. So it was time to switch. Surely Counter-Strike is a much better game and has a much friendlier community, right? I started pumping videos. These were, however, extremely basic and barely edited, and unsurprisingly, barely got any views. Some more creative videos fared a little bit better, but again, really nothing special. Then, a turning point. A semi-professional CS player from the US saw my TikToks, reached out and offered for a collaboration, teaching me CS and helping me out. So cool. And that video went viral. Well, for my standards anyways. It sits at around like 19k views nowadays. And mind you, it was a long video. It wasn't edited in any special way, but it was loaded with information and value. It was very relaxed and chill. It was kind of like two friends hanging out and talking about the game and learning. It was a very chill vibe. So it wasn't the crazy edits, it weren't the video skills that eventually brought the views. It was just delivering value in a non-salesy or hyped up way to the viewers. Delivering value, that's what worked. Who knew? My biggest regret in retrospect is not following up on that success. After that little spark of success, I just kept pumping out the same videos I did before, the same content that didn't really offer much value. I should have doubled down on what worked, on the little successes that I had, and tried to replicate that kind of content. I should have focused on educational learning, teaching, showing my specific progress and learning from pros, learning from other more experienced players, and put that in a package of a video. Instead, I just fell back into what was comfortable and what I was doing already. And that, surprise, surprise, again, proved unsuccessful. Fast forward again, October last year, so 2025, I was tired. Viewers were leaving from my live streams. The videos didn't do well on YouTube. It was demoralizing and extremely frustrating. But a new game came out and my channel was monetized by now due to 2 to 3 decent Counter-Strike videos. So once I realized how viral and hyped up the new game was becoming, I thought, why not give it another try and just post some videos about the game I'm currently addicted to anyways. This was where creativity and a non-saturated market, because the game was really new and not extensively covered yet, came together, and there was newfound motivation. And most importantly, my experience from the past months finally sort of rewarded me. I had a couple of videos with good views and started to see my first real results. One video is still going strong since weeks now, still making a little bit of money. The video was easy and quick to make, and I genuinely enjoyed talking about the game. This feeling was addicting. Now, I want to invest all my time and all my money into this. Did I make it now? Absolutely not. The reality of things is I barely stream anymore, and the money I make per video is roughly 10 euros less than Germany's minimum wage. But, and this is the main message, I learned so much about myself and about becoming a creator and being independent. The fear of failure and judgment is all but gone, which you have no idea how big of a W that is for me personally in my life. The fact that I proved it to myself that I can actually make real money with stuff that comes out of the brain, with any ideas I have, any creativity, anything that I really find interesting or passionate, I can combine it, put it online, and providing me potentially with some financial stability. This whole concept is so addicting. I am now supercharged with energy, motivation, and most importantly, confidence to get this whole journey started. Really started. I'm ready to explore more. I'm ready to learn, study, research, become the best version of myself, and learn as much as I can about investing and making money, being independent, being true to myself, and learning anything I need in order to achieve this goal. It is time to invest. And that is my biggest takeaway, and it should be yours as well. My advice for anyone watching it this far, being in a similar spot as I was or still am, invest in yourself. Just start, be yourself, do what you enjoy and what you are genuinely interested in or good at. Trust yourself and trust the process, even if it takes longer than you expected, and it most likely will. You'll constantly feel like you're failing and not doing good enough, but you just have to push through that. Even if your videos keep flopping and not getting the views that you hoped it would, in the end, the coolest thing is, you might not realize it, but you are learning a ton on the way. You are improving just by putting yourself out there, staying consistent, and keep going. You're already doing more than most. That's what I'm telling myself as well, and it's true. You'll be surprised how much the journey will change you, even if your analytics or your bank account don't really reflect it yet.